What's going on, guys? It's the Music Marketing Mafia coming back at you guys again with another episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to find playlists, how to get in contact with playlist curators, and how to get your music playlisted. We touched on this a little bit in a couple other episodes, but I thought this was a little bit more of an in-depth breakdown for you guys, and we'll kind of touch on a couple of other strategies as well. So, playlisting, like I've said, I believe is very, very important still. Yes, there are some bad playlists and some bad bots out there, but you kind of will get that with everything in the music industry. It just sucks. It's something you have to work around. But overall, I still think playlisting is a very, very beneficial tool for artists. Playlisting, to get on playlists, has kind of changed a little bit over time. There's always going to be playlisters that are going to charge you money to get on their playlist, and then there are going to be some that are genuinely just fans of music that will just add you. You can go about getting on different playlists in a couple of different ways. Number one would be to go through a company that already has ties. Shout out Playlist Pump PR Agency. They are the company that I use for playlisting all of my music. They're one of the more legit ones out there. They have amazing, amazing results. I will link them in the bio below if you guys are interested in working with a company. And these companies generally have other curators in their network and people that they work with directly. So you will get your music playlisted for sure for giving them a fee. The way these companies work so that it fits within Spotify's terms of service is that they are just pitching your song to these playlists. They are not guaranteeing it. If they guarantee placements through any of these, then that is against Spotify's terms and conditions. So you have to make sure you are working with legitimate companies that pitch your songs for you and are doing it legitly. The next way you can find playlists is to to search up on Spotify artists that are similar to you and see what playlists they're on, and then see if they have an email in the bio, or sometimes their Spotify name will be the same as their Instagram name. So you just have to go and search on Instagram, do a little bit of digging. This requires a lot more research, but then you're not paying the fee to get your song pitched. So there's a little bit of pros and cons. You're giving it more time, and sometimes it can be harder to do it this way. But the third way I want to talk about is a company called Submit Hub. This is kind of like an in-between version of working with a company and doing this on your own. I like to call this kind of the happy medium. So it's like a smaller version of being able to pitch yourself, but they have all of the curators in their network. So you're able to pitch and write up a description of why you think your song belongs on a certain playlist. And from that, you can submit to different people. I think everyone costs like a couple of credits. You can do like a decently successful campaign for like $50 to $100. You can send out to a bunch of different people. The problem that sucks with Submit Hub is that if your song does not get picked, you don't get your credits back. But I think every credit is just like $1 or maybe like 50 cents. But I will also put their link in the bio below. Playlisting can be something that you have to spend some time on to see results. It can be frustrating in certain times depending on, if you're pitching to the wrong curators or some aren't responding to you. So I highly recommend you also kind of sit down as an artist, decide where your music is going forward. Do you have the time to sit and pitch them, or do you have the capital to go through with a company? Because no matter what, you're always going to need streams to get shows and to work with other artists. So playlisting is just unbelievably important. You get really good, you can get some really good fans from that. The goal is to turn those fans around, or those listeners around, into fans and follow you and buy merch. So that's all we have for today's episode on playlisting. I hope you guys found that helpful. In the next episode, we are going to be talking about booking agents.